And we're ready. Hey, everybody. This is Rose back from Entrepreneur Life. So, we are getting started with the show. So, welcome back to another Saturday of Entrepreneur Life, where we go live bringing in great guests, celebrities, everybody from all walks of life, all entrepreneurs. So, if you are listening on one of your favorite podcasts, welcome back. To all of our listeners on iHeart, Amazon, wherever you are, we appreciate you. We love the engagement. We have a really great guest today we're looking forward to. So if you are watching live on the live stream on Facebook, or if you want to go to the live stream on Facebook, just look up Entrepreneur Life. I'm Rose, your host, the founder of McDonald Bookkeeping Services, where I provide accounting services for those business owners who are struggling in the accounting industry. My co-host is supposed to be here, so she might pop on in a few minutes. But I want to start off by introducing our guest today, so I'm excited. So for those who can't see him, he's a really handsome guy. You know, I just saw him. He's a pretty good-looking guy. And for those who get to see him on the live, you will get to see him and interact. And that is Papa Joe. I hope I say this name right. Papa Joe Aviance. I am going to bring him on the screen in just a few minutes so you can say hello, and we're going to get started with the show. And here he is. We're bringing him up. Woo! There he goes.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
I am great. So, of course, I'm happy for you to be here. I've been marketing you for a while everywhere because I really like your story, your journey. And I think it's a great journey to share with people, especially entrepreneurs and business owners and all walks of life and people in entertainment. So if you can just kind of tell people about yourself, introduce yourself a bit.
Hi, everybody. My name is Papa Joe Aviance. I'm an entrepreneur, author, and Billboard recording artist, and weight loss guru. And TV, and now moving on to TV producer, but we'll get to that.
So let me tell you, first, I just want to start off by your whole, your weight loss. I mean,
yeah.
What was it that led you to say, this is what I wanted to do, or I needed you to do? Because that really wasn't, it was like, you're kind of like in the entertainment sort of industry, right?
Little bit. Everything that I've done so far, everything that I mentioned that I just did on that roll call was literally, it's been a ripple effect of everything. It all started with music. Music was always been a passion of mine, but I've always been heavy all of my life. I've tried every diet out there. I just made some bad choices. And just allowed stresses of life to get in the way. And I wound up gaining up to 450 pounds. So I had an opportunity to do music. A producer came into a video store and said that my voice was good for music. And so I got back into recording music and wound up having a top 10 Billboard dance hit called Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. But when I saw myself in the video, that's when I was my wake up call. So I finally found my passion of getting back into music, but I was 450 pounds and I couldn't even walk around the block. So I was my wake up call. I said, okay, this is it. Enough's enough, and I'm in it to win it. So grabbed my tennis shoes and my dance music and I started walking.
So, I mean, but did you have a plan, or did you I started walking?
That's it, started walking. Actually, to be honest with you, I asked myself what was the easiest exercise that I could do. And that was walking, as big as I was. Jokingly, I called myself Notorious B.I.G., but that was, as far as exercising goes, I don't like to exercise. I really hate the word exercise. So it just seems like work. So I was like, what's the easiest one I can do to get away, get in and just get out and be done. I didn't like going to the gym. I always felt like I would be judged. And, all the yo-yo diets that I've been on. And so I said, okay, walking's easy. Let me do that. It's low impact. Let me start with that. Grab my dance music, my tennis shoes, and started walking. As the song came out on the Billboard charts and it went up to number 6, but it debuted at number 24, I would walk to a further newsstand to go to pick up the Billboard magazine as like a keepsake for myself along the journey. And so I wound up within 18 months walking up to 5 miles a day.
So really the song, do you say that song was a helpful inspiration to you to keep you walking? Because that's actually a song you could work out to at the gym.
Well, that's what it was. It was like, getting some dance music, and just breaking a sweat, and that's what I'm like, okay, this is my genre that I'm in. All right. And I like to dance and I like to move. So all right, let's put it to the beat and start walking. And I was making the sidewalk my treadmill pretty much. That was my philosophy. I'm like, all right, let me get up and go. So every morning at 7:00, my plan was to start walking. And my motto became to take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else.
So is that what led you to the whole nutrition thing? Because I did see how you were about being able to eat right on a budget.
Oh yeah. Well, I was unemployed, couldn't afford a gym, gastric bypass surgery, any fad diets like that. So a friend of mine said, yo, check out the 99-cent only stores. They got fruits and vegetables. I'm like, girl, I'm not checking out the 99-cent only stores. She said, Papa Joe, you better check out the 99-cent only stores. Right. So I slept on 99-cent only stores, walked up in there, saw they had fruits and vegetables. Literally, it was like the clouds opened up, pearly gates were like, oh, seriously, it was insane. I was like, okay, I can do this. So for $40 a week, I was able to shop for fruits and vegetables and breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not so much dinner, but items for dinner, so that I was able to eat healthy and start the health journey, because I had no nutritional background whatsoever. So for $40 a week, basically breaking it down to $7 a day per dish, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, $7 a day. And we spend that, everybody spends that, just can spend that in one meal.
So you really had to teach yourself nutrition.
Yeah, I had no nutritional background whatsoever. I literally went to the fridge the day I decided to make the lifestyle change once and for all. I had a nervous breakdown, went to the fridge, threw everything that was going to get in my way, get in my way of fruits and vegetables. Get in my way of losing weight. And I threw away cakes, cookies, candy, everything. I was literally left with just a ketchup bottle of mustard in my fridge. Because I had everything that was bad for you, sodas, everything. One thing, let me just share. I haven't touched soda in 7 years. I used to drink a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew every day for 5 years. That's 50 teaspoons of sugar per day that I was drinking.
Oh, wow.
But I gave that up, yeah. So, again, I threw everything out, and then I went to the 99-cent only stores, restocked my fridge with fruits and vegetables. But again, I had no nutritional background. I grabbed a food pyramid table, looked at that, and I said, okay, everything on here good, and everything else bad. So for 6 months, I just kind of stuck to that, and then survived on that, and then just kept walking every day, and the pounds were coming off.
So what do you think led to your change in? You know what? I think my co-host is here somewhere. She said she's on, but I don't see her. So we'll have to pop her in. She wants to be in to see you. She wants to meet you.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, so basically, what do you think led to the actually writing your book? Is it just your story, your journey?
Yeah, well, actually, to be honest with you, it's called Balancing the Scales right here.
Yeah, I saw that.
To be honest with you, I it was to share my pitfalls and my experiences that I've gone through. It hasn't always been easy being heavy. I've given up a lot and sacrificed a lot being heavy, and wasn't living a life that I'm enjoying now. Because I thought my weight was going to be a life sentence. So really, the book is, to be honest with you, again, it's Balancing the Scales: How to Transform Your Mind, Body, and Business. Available on Amazon, but it's really about not about the weight you lose; it's about the life you gain. To be honest with you, I was 450 pounds. I love roller coasters, but I've gotten so heavy that I couldn't fit in the seat. So, and that's what I mean by sacrificing things. Like my weight was so big that I couldn't even do things that I enjoyed anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it got in the way. So rather than being stuck with it and then saying, okay, well, I guess I just can't ride roller coasters anymore. No, I like roller coasters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it was one of those little things that, and that kind of kept my motivation going, aside from having music and stuff like that, and wanting to continue that passion. But one of those things, those layers that I had to dig deep with and find within myself to say, no, you like doing these things. But now it's really about, it's just living the life that you're living now. I'm living now a happier life because of the change, the lifestyle change. I just went skydiving for the first time.
So you're trying to die early.
No, I can fit under the weight restriction now. That's the plan, you know what I mean? I can finally do it, but and it was an amazing experience. I advise everybody to jump. Experience it one time.
So, okay, so basically, really, the book isn't just about really that it's a diet plan. It's really just kind of like a living plan of living healthy.
Right. It's kind of like I said, it's a handbook of it's not about the weight I've lost. It's about the life you're going to gain from taking care of yourself. Two things that I say in the book. One is that you got to take care of yourself, and two is focus on your goals and dreams. And both of those require motivation.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you need one to watch the other. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do what you love to do if you're sick and unhealthy. Mm-hmm. And I was unhappy, unhealthy, and uncomfortable in my own skin. So, and I just kind of say been there, done that, so to speak. But I understand the pain of what it was like to be like that because I was in a bad relationship. I didn't like my job. I just allowed stresses of the day just to get in the way. And I was an emotional eater. I say I was addicted to food.
I know many people who are an emotional eater, which means you need some type of really therapy to see why before you can even be successful.
Well, one of the things that I did, and one of the lessons that I like to teach is called the 3 W's. It's what, when, why. Okay. It's a way to self-diagnose yourself, sir. If you're an emotional eater out there, this is one way to figure out your triggers. Mm-hmm. It's what, when, why. So when you're getting ready to go grab something that you ain't supposed to be having, you really ain't supposed to be having, and that's that why when you'll figure it out. It's what? Okay, I got a bag of Doritos. All right, what is it? Okay, bag of Doritos. When you gonna eat it? I want it now. And then you gotta ask yourself why. Oh, I'm mad because that lady cut me off in traffic. Oh, I'm mad because that coworker pissed me off. Oh, I'm mad because, you know what? No, I want to be healthy. I don't need it that bad. They can go, blah, 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 have a crap day or whatever. Bless their heart and keep moving and figure it out. But those are the things that I had to go through to figure out my triggers. And that's how I figured. I'm like, oh, I'm an emotional eater. Oh, okay.
So do you find yourself still, like, you know how they say, I've never drank, I've never taken a drink, I've never done a drug before, but do you find yourself, like they say, you're always fighting to not drink or be an alcoholic, always trying to stay healthy and trying to stay fit? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do believe that. But you know what? For me, it wasn't about that. It was I didn't care about myself at the time. I didn't care about my well-being. It was all about the well-being of others rather than taking care of myself. Mm-hmm. And I think that through my self-discovery, and through the change is just finding yourself and finding your own little superhero within yourself to motivate yourself to be happy.
Well, guess what? She is finally here. My goodness. Hey, that's my co-host.
Hi.
As black people sometimes aren't always on time.
Where were you?
I was waiting since 12 o'clock on the call, so I'm not sure what happened there. So I'm excited to be good. Excited to finally meet you. Thank you again for being a part of our show. I'm not sure how far you've gotten, but
I don't know if you can share. Okay, so we were talking about his weight loss journey. I'm not sure if you heard that, because I do want to get into your the whole the electric Negro kind of. I want to get. I want to get there. Okay, so to all of our listeners who may be just joining, if you are watching live on the Facebook platform or you're on one of your very favorite podcasts, we are here with. How do you say your last name?
Aviance.
Okay. Which is telling a great story. So make sure that if you didn't get us from the beginning or hear the beginning of his journey, then you can also hear us on a replay just by saying Find Entrepreneur Life on whatever podcast you're on. So we're talking about continuing a little on how you transitioned from somewhat, because you're still in entertainment, but how that weight loss, I know you have to have seen a big difference of how people reacted and saw you from your heavier weight to a lighter weight. Because I know it's a very superficial industry. Come on, really?
You nailed it on the head. I can't lie. It really is. You know what? There's people, and I'm not going to lie, and it really is superficial. But you know what, though? I'm humble enough to just say, you know what? It's just a decision I made for myself, to make the change. But I do see the transition and way people, I'm like, there's certain people when I was heavier would never even talk to me, and now it's like, hey, what's up? Like, hi. So I definitely watch people with a side eye on that stuff, but I'm cautious to it. I'm okay with it. It's part of the lifestyle. It's part of the industry. We know how it is.
Well, I know, because I'm so amazing that,
But you know what? No, but you know what? I take the high road and be like, look, you know what? I made a change for myself and I'm happy. And people are really, they're motivated by that as well. So, I'm not judging by any means. If they judge, they judge. So be it.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I just saw us live, and I feel like a celebrity because you're on here.
Oh.
Okay, do you have a question, Shamara?
Yeah, I mean, from your journey, of course, I that you are in the celebrity space, and so could you tell us a little bit about your business as itself, because you're the business, right? And how you're
the business, yeah,
into that celebrity lifestyle. Kind of transition into that.
I really wouldn't even call it a celebrity lifestyle, to be honest with you. My goal is to motivate and educate and entertain, and those are my passions. And if it's with that being a celebrity and getting it out there, I mean, I really am about passing it on right now, to be honest with you, and having fun and enjoying life. But nowadays with social media, you got to be a celebrity in order to get your message out there.
So, everybody wants 15 minutes of fame.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but with that, I'm coming because people have tried, and I'm gonna be honest with you both. People have tried to pigeonhole me into certain things who I'm not. And so I'm kind of challenging myself to say, no, I can be that person, or I can be that, or I can be that. So I'm trying different things right now at the moment. One was being an author. I became a best-selling author on Amazon within 4 hours after releasing it. So I'm like, oh, okay, so now I'm a writer. So it's exploring that, you know what I'm saying? And then taking the platform and just using it to the best of my ability. And then so my platform is health and wellness. It's living your best life, and definitely Electric Negro, which we can talk about in a second. But it really is about, I want to give back and be able to help and inspire people, to motivate them to just continue to live their best life and go after their passions and their goals and dreams. And that's number one. And then number two, again, my goals and my passion and my goal and dream is the Electric Negro, and inspiring young people through the art of entertainment, and if I got to jump in the realm of celebrity to keep spreading that message, then you know what? Okay, hit me with the red carpet. Let's go.
Perfect. It's so inspiring, again, you're taking something that you're truly passionate about and really wanting to give back to the community, and not really utilizing the celebrity, title to kind of get there. If it comes with it, that's cool, but it's more focusing on really what your mission is, and that's very inspiring.
Thank you. I mean, because I could care less, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, to be honest with you, again, for me, and being a creator and being an entrepreneur and just being able, it's finding a way to, and we all are entrepreneurs. And I think part of entrepreneurship is being able to help someone to figure out a solution to their pain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the core of being a true entrepreneur, is figuring out that core. So if sharing my story can be an inspiration to somebody else, then I've settled their pain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
And that's what being an entrepreneur is. If I'm able to entertain through the Electric Negro and make a black kid go, oh, I like that. That shit is dope.
And see ourselves.
It's about taking those. I'm living in my truth as a true entrepreneur, and becoming a self-made man, and just being able to inspire people. But I really do believe it's just and the main thing about being an entrepreneur is solving that person's pain and just offering a solution. Yeah. So hopefully through the book and the comic book, the TV show, I'll be able to do that.
So can you share what really brought that on, though, that you decided to? I mean, it is weird. How do you transition from, and not to say it's like making donuts and then the next day you're doing you're a construction worker, totally opposite of what you started off. You know, people sometimes something happens that leads them to their real journey in life, what they're supposed to do. And now, what led you to the comic series? What brought that on? Is it kind of a depiction of you?
No, not at all. And that's what's funny is that it started off being me. Because I was calling myself the Electric Negro through my transformation, because again, I was finding my own little inner superhero within myself. Mm-hmm. And so I just put this shirt on, and then I kind of created this support system within my community wherever I was walking every day, and everyone was like, "Hey, Electric Negro." And literally, and to be honest with you, a white man walked up to me and said, "That would make a great comic book." And the light bulb went, wow. And I was like, really? And it was so funny that it was coming from a white man as well. So I took all of that in and just processed it. And then I started like just cultivating this idea of this superhero. And now it's developed into this animated series and live animated series and live action series. And I've got Denzel Whitaker from Black Panther on board. I've got AJ McClain from Backstreet Boys on board. I've got several other celebrities that have lending their voices, and I've got fan merchandise now. If everybody goes to electricnegro.com, you can check it out. And also, ladies, they have some free merchandise for you as well.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. So I'm going to put this in.
It's been inspiring, and it's just developed into this. And over 5 years, it's just now come into this. I'm now producing. I'm now becoming a television producer.
Okay, so let me get that address for where they can find that. So just I'm going to put that in while you're talking. So what is that? Where they can find you?
Electricnegro.com.
So tell us a little bit about, the book. I want to get some insight about what your book is all about and, what really inspired you to write the book.
What inspired me was that I wanted to put a message out there. So if anybody else is struggling, I said to myself,
I can really spell. Sorry.
When I wrote the book, Balancing the Scales, it was about really being able to help someone else that might be struggling. Because I did not want someone else to have to go through what I was going through. And I realized that when people are reading it, that they find it very relatable to some of the struggles that they've gone through. And so that's one of the things that's been really inspiring is that they've been like, oh, you know what? I've gone through that too. I know where your head was, because they may be at that moment, and then to be able to help them through the pitfalls, and things that I've experienced, that's really the main reason why. And now I'm getting ready to do an audio book. So I'm coming out for those people that don't like to read.
Audio works. Yeah, that's me. That's where I'm
at. I've been in the studio like 4 times. I'm on chapter 10. No, but you know what? I really want to inspire people. And it really was just about getting the message out there and to be able to share my journey, and because I lived for over 30 years. And I went up to 7X in the size 56 jeans. I'm now in a 36. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I can't even, if I was to stretch my jeans across, they wouldn't even fit on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's unreal.
So on your finding your book, is it also like some people write a book and they don't want to tell too much about themselves. So is it really more just it's
highlights.
Okay.
It's highlights. Maybe this has happened to you. Here's what got me through it, and here's how you can get through it too. And then because of because of the goal that I've gone through, the goal was to lose weight. It wasn't to lose the amount that I lost. I mean, I lost the whole other person. I lost 250 pounds. I lost the whole other person. So it's I was just planning to lose weight, but I started to keep going. I'm like, okay, let's see what else I can do. So really, it's kind of been an ongoing journey, and literally, I'm getting ready to start writing book number 2. So the second part of this is coming out where I share a little bit more insight to what I've learned. Because it has been a journey. I made some bad choices with my health, and now I'm making better decisions. And My life is changing. I'm doing things that I never thought I could do before in my life. Like I said, I went skydiving for the first time. I went parasailing. I'm bike riding 50 miles plus. I'm hiking. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm out and about more. I've got more confidence, more energy, and I'm not, but again, my mindset is between the fitness enthusiast and the couch potatoes. Because I love to sit on the couch too.
Let me tell you, those ain't black people hobbies.
Like you said, it's about the balancing act in a sense,
Yeah.
I'm really in the middle. I'm being an average Joe. But again, for anybody else that's struggling, you can get to it. So really, it's for anybody out there that really wants to make a lifestyle change and feel, to be honest with you, it's I call it prevention before the intervention.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I really call. Here's a little bit, because I'm telling you, there's so much noise out there that we're listening to, and we're not even people are so stuck in their cycle of things that they're not even paying attention. They're so distracted by other things going on that really no one's paying attention. And then 5 years ago, there was a prediction I literally saw on the news the other night. There was a prediction 10 years from now, over half of the U.S. is going to be overweight.
I believe that. But what's considered overweight? Because I don't think that even what used to be, what they say, if you're a certain height, then you're overweight if you weigh this much. I'm like, well, damn, everybody's overweight unless they're eating celery every day.
Well, they're saying, of course, according to the BMI, right. But everyone's technically will be considered obese, which is over heavy. So, even from my stats right now, I'm considered heavy, even though I may be thinner. But, I'm considered heavy, but it's not obese. And that's where I was. I always said I was 2 cheeseburgers away from a heart attack, and that's scary. Unfortunately, I got away from heart disease, diabetes, or high cholesterol, anything like that. So I literally bite the bullet, dodge the bullet.
So do you think the second book will be an extension of the first book? So for those who might be seeing us live on Facebook, it's on screen. Papa Joe Aviance Balancing the Scale, so you can see it, and I'm sure they can find it everywhere. Is it going to be an extension of this first book, or just something totally different?
Oh yeah, because part 2 is a doozy.
Really?
So, while you were writing the book, because you kind of mentioned something that's very key, and I think it applies to, someone in the entrepreneurship, mindset, is that motivation to keep going. So, through your journey of writing that book, did the book not only inspire you to keep going and being motivated to keep writing, or did you see it in your journey of writing that you decided that, hey, I really can do anything I put my mind to?
Now, but before, no, I never in a million years thought I'd write a book and be able to share this with anyone, to be honest with you, because before the weight loss, I was ready to live my life as a heavyset man and just be happy with that. And just, but again, and to be able to just make the shift and the transition, to be able to share and to be able to go through it. And again, I did it naturally, which I'm very proud of, because I'm afraid of knives.
No, we never talk about.
I'm like, oh, you want to cut me open? Nah, we good. To be able to, again, it's just being able to share this I never thought in a million years that I'd be where I'm at right now at the moment, but I want to keep going and to be able to be an inspiration, to be, hey, I practice what I preach, and here are the results.
So
proof is in the pudding, and again, it may not be for everybody. And I'm not saying you got to get out and walk or anything like that. You just got to move. And the secret really is, there's 2 secrets to weight loss: 80%, 20%, 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, and then also eat less, move more. That's it. That's really the formula.
So do you, I'm not going to put anybody out there, but you see these these diets, as you know, they are a lot of the supplemental, and people are selling things as if all you have to do is take that pill.
Yep, magic pill.
Yeah. And people
try that.
People buy into it, and everything takes exercise, and you would think, but they're like, but no, and why? Okay, this is what makes me angry. Let me put it like this. Why does the FDA put so many things and allow it to be publicized and marketed on the market when they know really it doesn't work?
Because it's a way for us, a quick fix to keep everybody at bay.
Right.
honestly.
It's with anything.
Really
it's just like the pharmaceutical companies, they put things out there that barely does what it needs to do, but it has a huge side effect in the end. It's all about the money making. It's a money thing at the end of the day.
That's it. Oh, you're not struggling too much? Okay, good.
Right.
Oh, you didn't get all the side effects. Okay, good. Woo, okay.
Right.
Good. It's that too, because you know what though? And that's why I don't even say diets or I don't use the word diet anymore. I do say lifestyle change, because that's what it is, what I did. It was a lifestyle change. I've tried the diets. For me, they just aren't sustainable for a long period of time. Like and I'm all for, but then most of the diets out there, literally, it's just a way to shift your brain into a healthy way of living. That's all it is. That's all it is. But but if you learn to figure it out for yourself, you can just, hopefully you can figure it out for yourself right here.
Because what worked for you is not going to always work for anyone else, right?
A start. Cause I'm telling you something. Not like I say, I may not have had a formal education in health, but I'm smart enough to lose 250 pounds and keep it off on my own.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there, you get on these shows, The Biggest Loser, et cetera, they're not given the tools to keep it off. They wind up gaining the weight back. And why? Because it's probably a stress-related or trauma-related incident, and they just wind up gaining it back. Or something they feel pressured in. And the food, again, being a food addict like I was, they're out there. We're out there.
So I'm going to say this, because there's a few shows out there, and I've said, and I'm trying not to be blunt, I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but there's a few celebrities out there, they have these shows, and I'm like, you've had cosmetic surgery, so how are you trying to talk about healthy and and nothing against plastic surgeons or anything. I'm saying don't go get plastic surgery, get the weight cut off, and then you want to have a show about nutrition and being healthy and being thin.
It's true. See, that's why. See, that's why my message is a little bit harder to get out there, because it's more authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Versus.
So can you give us some? Can you give us some hints about the characters for your comic? Are you able to do that?
Yeah. I've got good guys, bad guys. I've got Denzel Whitaker playing Electric Negro.
He's playing Electric Negro.
And the animated series. He's our hero. And then also I've got AJ McClain, who's playing from the Backstreet Boys, which I'm thrilled to have on board, by the way. He's playing the villain, Mr. Palm. I've got a ton of other people that are playing different characters. I've got Juliette Gordy from, she's actually on a new series called Soundtrack, which is on Netflix. She just came on board. She's playing the love interest to the lead. Got Donald Turner from General Hospital on there. He's going to be playing the dad to Electric Negro. So, yeah, but it's going to be Electric Negro basically is about a self-obsessed social media kid that basically moves back to the hood and is trying to get acceptance among his peers and winds up becoming Electric Negro and having to fight crime, going from selfie to selfless. So I'm really excited about that.
But which one is you,
basically
though?
learning how to be a hero, learning how to be a hero, and my joke is there's a new hero in the hood.
So is Electric Negro you, though? Is he playing you, the character, basically?
No, not at all. You know what? To be honest with you, it's a story of a young teenager. Like I said, he's having to go back into the hood, but I think we're all trying to find our place to fit in.
Right. Right.
And I don't care what race you are. I think we're all trying to find our place to fit in. But this guy just happens to be Electric Negro. But I want to tell a story from our side, from our lens, and to educate other people on our culture and some of the politics that we have to deal with coming from our lens, and just kind of like, but again, no one is going to be safe though. But I want to talk about it and share it, in a comedic way.
So how are you dealing with the naysayers? Because I know you got them. that think it's not going to be, it's easy for a person to just give up and say it's not going to work because of, in your industry, the naysayers in our industry is different. We're not in public like you are. And there's so many people, I'm sure, that it's going to just be like, give it up. It's not going to work. I know you have to have those challenges. All the time.
For every time I hear a no, I hear 10 yeses.
Right.
And then again, but again, it's I'm not focusing on the word, and that's the joke of it. Is because the joke of it is not only focus on the word of something, but it's to not focus on the word, but it's something for me internally that I want to take a negative and turn into something positive.
Right.
Okay, that's the real deal. But as far as the show is concerned. Is to take the stigma away from the word and just have fun with it. And then also to poke fun. The actual show is actually poking fun. It's a satire show where I'm poking fun. One of the things that people probably aren't aware of, that most Black superheroes that are famous have electricity powers. Black Lightning, Storm. Even the villain in Spider-Man 3, Jamie Foxx, had electricity powers.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's right.
To me, is why is Static Shock? Even why do all Black superheroes have to have electricity powers? Why can't we throw chunks? Why can't we turn green? You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the jokes. That's one of the running jokes of the Electric Negro character, and poking fun at just the way, kind of my little jab at Hollywood, so to speak, as to where society is today. And, we can do other things. But, it's just one of my little messages that I'll be putting out there.
What does that really actually mean? Did you come up with a reasoning why?
Of doing it?
Of why we have the electric powers.
You know what? I don't know. That's what I want to find. I'm going to discover that as well. I'm doing my homework with some other comic book enthusiasts. They're doing their homework and I report back.
So you think you'll be part of like Comic-Con at some point?
Really fun to me, and I can make fun of that.
So do you think that at some point maybe you'll be a part of Comic-Con?
Oh, that's my goal for 2021. For 2021. I'm going to be there for 2020, but I want to be exhibiting on site in 2021. That's my goal.
So for everybody who has maybe just jumped on, so I want to make sure you can't see us, who may not be able to see us on iHeart or wherever you are in the virtual podcast land. We are on the air live with Papa Joe Aviance telling us his journey. I want to make sure everybody knows that you can go to electricnegro.com and make sure that you can check out his great new you said TV and as well as your comic.
They can sign up and get a free shirt.
Look, you know what? I saw that people were holding those and I was like,
yes.
I wonder if I can get one of those. Or will they just take a picture? So
I have two for you. I got one for you, one for you, both of you.
And and of course your book, Balancing the Scale. So where can they find your book?
They can find it available on Amazon or at papajoaviance.com.
And make sure that if you go to our website or our entrepreneur page or our YouTube live, we will have all of the links directly there. In case you forget, just go to Entrepreneur Life and it will be there, so you can direct it to go to all of his website links. So, okay. So, I guess my next question is, you are obviously very busy. This is going to be a personal question.
Yep.
How does that, and it's not for me, I'm just saying, because we could have some listeners that want to know.
Talking. Come on.
So, how are you having your personal relationship life? Because it looks like you have 100 things going, but how do you fit in a family and relationship?
That's one of the things I'm going to be working on this year. I'm going to meditate about it tomorrow. That's one of my goals that I'm actually going to make time for, to open myself up for a love life, and move on and fit that into my life, and just another thing to add to the puzzle and balancing, and finding time to work out, finding time to do your job, and finding time to make money, and finding time to, do what you need to do, and then also finding time for love. So I'm going, like I said, that's one of my goals this year, and we'll be focused on that as well. So
You're gonna pencil it in. We gotta pencil it in.
I'm a pencil it in. Yeah, I'm sure I am. So, but you know what? Again, it's been a long journey, you know. But I'm ready to put myself back out there and just open myself up and move forward, you know. So,
do you think that it was, you know, in terms of what you've accomplished and where you are right now, did you not maybe feel the confidence to put yourself out there, and now kind of being in a different space, mindset, things like that, you're more open to it?
Again, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, and that's one of the things that I've had to adjust to. I went from a 7X to a large. So all I know is 7X. I don't know who large is. So I didn't want to have to share that with anybody else. I mean, there's an old expression, you know, if you can't love anybody else, if you can't love yourself first, who else can you love? So how the hell are you gonna love anybody else? So I kind of live with that, you know. So I'm learning how to love myself, and now that I'm like, okay, I'm good.
I love myself.
I'm good. I'm comfortable.
But quite a few of us,
I'm good, you know. And it's just a matter of putting yourself out there and see what's out there, you know. But here in Hollywood, life is a little bit. It's much of a rat race. Everybody's doing their thing. Yeah. You know, so it's really hard to find genuine people. And I'm all about finding genuine people and making good connections. So great connections. So that's what I'm all about.
I was going to ask about that because I know that even us personally, and we know people who have had therapists and coaches, because as you transition, you find yourself letting people go in your path. Did you find as you discovered who you were in your journey, that the real true people were in your life? That, you know, that you just said you have to walk away from some people. Do you share any of that in your book?
Yeah. But one of the things I will say to you, I've learned this about myself, that I take my connections to heart. And I have to remind myself that everybody's not raised the same way you were. And also, in addition to that, one of the things through self-discovery that I found out about myself is that there's 8 billion people in the world. You can't worry about one. You know? Yeah. So, yeah. To answer that question, yeah. You can't. I'm not worried. I'm not. And learning. I didn't share that part of it, but that part is something that is. You just gotta let go of the past, you know, and you know, some people aren't just going to be there, part of the journey. You know, I say everybody can't everyone can't have a seat at the table, you know, and unfortunately some have gone by the wayside and keep moving forward, you know, and it's sad because you have a vision, just like you guys have a vision for your show and everything, you know what I'm saying, and seeing it bigger and greater, and you know what I mean, and making it grander. You know, and so you guys got visions, and people, we all want our circle to be, we all want people to be included into our circle, into our business, and be passionate about what we're doing. But not everybody is, and that's okay. Right. That's okay.
And it's a tough pill to swallow because, like, exactly like you said, you know, as we evolve and we grow and everything like that, the hopes is that the people that are surrounding us grow with us, right? And it doesn't always happen that way, you know. I mean, for myself, and I know Rose, you know, she can speak on her behalf, but I've lost quite a few people, you know, on my journey into entrepreneurship because we don't have anything relatable to talk about. You know, we're not talking about, I'm not talking about the same things that I might have been talking about 5 years ago. I'm talking about something completely different. And the adjustment is hard. And I'm like, man, I mean, is it just only this is my focus, or can I still be the person I was before? And it's really a journey and a struggle to kind of, you know, have that balancing act.
But again, you got to put the blinders on sometimes like this and just remind yourself, okay, I got to stay true to what I'm going after. You know what I'm saying? And until things can take care of itself and be sustainable for itself, and you can make some business off of it into what you're doing, you know. Hustle hard. You gotta stay focused.
You're doing the right thing, bro.
But I mean, you got to. I mean, and there's just so many layers of being. And that's why I love being an entrepreneur. is not having that normal lifestyle of, I've been there, you know what I mean? I've lived that life. I've lived that corporate life, 9 to 5, get up, wife, kids, this, that. I've lived all that. Now it's like, done.
I don't know how we can never go back. I'm like,
I can't do it no more. I just can't
do it. I'm like, if I go back to a 9 to 5, I'll look at the person that's my boss and be like, no, bye.
You know, but for yourself,
I'll be gone before lunch.
That's my boss.
But you know what though? But again, if you're passionate about it, and if you do have something out there that's a solution for somebody else, whether it's, you know, like again, there's 8 billion people in the world, somebody's gonna be passionate about something. You just gotta find it, and just keep spreading the message and this, that, and the other. And if you got something that's tangible for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? It's that's how you make yourself marketable and you keep it moving.
You know, some entrepreneurs, they sell, or business owners, because it doesn't really matter what line of business you're in, but if you're selling something tangible, it's different from like yourself, because you are your brand. It's not your product, it's not your perfume or some food you're selling. So because you're your brand, it's kind of like you're more on eggshells, I think, than selling a product, because now you're trying to please in how everybody sees you, that you don't ruin your brand, which is you.
Right. I mean, I'm just being myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, and if people gravitate towards that, fine. If they don't, so be it.
And I'm happy that you said that, because I think that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs, especially in the service industry, you know, need to hear, because, you know, we're like, okay, well, we don't have a product. Like, what do we, you know what I'm saying? What do we sell? And, you know, ultimately it is yourself. You're selling you. It's your personality and what clicks with that particular client. And, you know, in the beginning, it's like every client, we want every client, right? Because we're like, we got to make money. We got to figure this out. We got to, you know, build that book of business. And then as you start to taper off and really realize, you know, who you are in your business and the types of clients that you really want, you really hone back into like, well, this is me. And this is, you know, this is who I am in my business. And these are the types of people that I want to attract. So it's nice to kind of hear that, you know, just being yourself is enough in order to get the types of clients that you want to work with. So.
Let me tell you real quick. There's one thing I did write in the book, but I will share this. Somebody asked me, what was the biggest lesson that I've learned being an entrepreneur? And that is relationships.
Oh, yeah.
And the problem is the problem with social media, because you can ignore, mute, and block really quick because of social media. It's hard to build those relationships. Those, you know what I'm saying? Because of that. But one of the things that I'm a firm believer of is having those lasting relationships. It's building those relationships and maintaining and nurturing those relationships. Because there have been friends of mine who I can call 15 years ago and had to beg for money 15 years ago. And be like, yo, can I borrow $300 because I can pay my bill? I talk about it in the book where I can't pay my hotel bill, you know? And because of the relationship that I had with this man, who was a millionaire, you know, working for Fortune 500, working for a big investment firm, Merrill Lynch, something like that. And here he is wiring me $300 through Western Union so I could pay my hotel bill to make it survive in Hollywood.
And Hollywood's tough, I'm sure,
because I had those relationships and I maintained and nurtured those relationships, I was able to make that phone call within my struggles. And that's one of the things about being an entrepreneur. It's the same thing about when you're starting your business, or if you're looking to start a business, is figuring out who your circle is and who can you rely and say, hey, if I put this out, what do you think? You know, kind of getting the feedback, you know, and just kind of figuring out what it is. And then as you get ready to launch and continuing it, hey, you still with me? You know what I mean? I still have friends of mine. I still have friends. Oh, there he goes again. Post another picture of an electric Negro. Yeah, we get it. You know what I mean? But again, when something big happens, like, you know, when I get these bigger actors that come on board, they're like, yo, keep it up. Yo, good job. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I still have my shirt, or I still am rocking your wear, this, that, and the other. I'm still spreading the message. So it's really about maintaining those relationships as being an entrepreneur. You know, that's the biggest lesson that I've learned. You know, it's just nurturing your relationships, because you never know when you might need people. Yeah.
In the entertainment,
but they're hard to find. They're out there though. Good people out there though.
do you find
they're hard to find. You got to weed them out. You got wow.
Yes, and that's the thing. You got to put those on for sure because, and especially with who you are, I know that you're getting a lot of those fake friends, right? Like Drake said it, you know.
Hello. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I look at people like this sometimes. They're like,
like no new friends.
No, it's all good. But you know what? Again, that's one of the things. That's one of the things that I said as an entrepreneur. This is one of the lessons that I'm working on for myself into being a better person. You know, is allowing to open myself and not be so. You know what? Hey, this is what I do. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? If you're there, we good. Let's go for a hike.
Do you think it become easier to be able to identify those, those people that are just really not there to support you as you know, in your journey? Or are you still in that space of trying to like really be able to weed those out?
No, I'm having fun with it now. I'm not taking it so serious.
That's good. That's so good.
I'm not taking it so seriously now I'm like, to be honest with you, I posted something the other day. I'm like, here we go again, and I got a better response on that than me trying to post something serious about it and be like, check this out or go to this website, sign up now, this, and the other. No, if I kept it real, I'd be like, yo, here we go again, and they were like, yo, love it, so.
Because you kept it being you kept it being the true you. I love that.
And then you know what? To be honest with you, I think it's those people that are that don't know the journey, or just chiming in, like, hey, what's this about? That was funny, And then if I get serious with it, for those people that have followed me on the journey, they'll be like, oh, okay, he's up to his motivational stuff again. But it might be inspiring to that new person. You know what I'm saying? Right. That just chimed in. Oh, what's this about? And so it's just. I'm exploring all options with the journey, but right now this year is just about opening up, have fun, and just kind of like finding my peeps, and I want to be I want to be able to inspire, to be able to motivate people to get out there and just live the best life, because you only got one.
Right. Thank you, man. This has been so inspiring.
You really are, truly. Seriously.
We got to get out there today. What are we doing? After this call, Rose, we got to get to work.
No, I would say thank you so much for really just giving us an opportunity to have you on our platform. We appreciate that, and because you're very tangible, and it's important to us because we want. We like tangible people that people can get something from, if that makes any sense.
Right.
It's really great guest to have on our show.
It's super inspiring. Your book definitely speaks volumes. It can help everyone on their journey, whether through just being an entrepreneur or just in their weight loss journey as well. Everything that you've said so far today has definitely inspired me for sure. It's getting me excited and motivated. That's why I'm like, okay, after this, I have some work to do. And really, that's what it's all about. And I think that, you being on the show definitely just helps us in a way to continue to spread the word that we're trying to spread in the entrepreneur life, because it's not an easy journey, right? And I think us being able to put ourselves out there and help someone else is really what our goal is with this show.
So thank you again. I know the producer is flagging me down. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
All right,
okay. So she's over here. Sorry, she'll probably poke her head in. So anyway, thank you so much for being our guest on the show, and for all of you again that are listening. We're so appreciative to have Papa Joe Aviance. He has his book, Balancing the Scales of Life. You can find on Amazon. Go to his website, electricnegro.com. You can also go to www.mcdonald-bookkeeping.com. You'll find all of his information. You can go to our Eventbrite page. It will be there. You can go to our Entrepreneur Life page. His connections will be there. Or you can watch the video also on our YouTube channel. Everywhere. So anyway, again, if we missed anything, did we miss anything?
No. Well, no. You know what? You got to have me back on when I sell the show.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So when do we get our shirts? Because I want to make.
Well, I got to get your information. So make sure make sure I get the contact information after this, and I will send it. And what size? Can you share publicly or no? You just tell me the email.
Yeah, I wear a small. I wear a small, but I'll take an extra large though. But I wear a small.
Okay, I got it. Well, look. You know what? Just for you, I got a special one right there. You see how it bedazzled? Okay, you guys are getting the special one.
All
but
right.
everybody else can go to electricdiva.com and sign. Yep, go ahead right there. You see it?
I see it. Love it.
Okay.
But
make sure I get your sizes though, okay? So please, I want to send you guys, okay?
Okay, yes, please. Yeah, we won't forget. We like free stuff. All right, thank you so much. And we will see you on social media. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We're closing out the show. Okay. And stop. Stop streaming. Yay.
Awesome.
Now we're stopped. Okay, so now you're going to be able to find everything you'll see on all of our social pages and YouTube, and we will share the actual video if you want the whole video download.
Sure.
I will send it to you. Thank you.
Okay. And then just send me your addresses and actually you have my email, right?